How's it going? There's David of Orion Knives, and we finally have a release of the Aries knife. So it's been on order since June of 2023 and nearly ended things because it's just tied up a lot of things. So it's been a little bit of a difficulty, but it is available now on the website, so you can get it for OrionKnives.com. And this is going to be the Aries. So this is what it looks like in pocket. So we're going to have the titanium clip for it. And then if you'd like to, you can still run a Spyderco clip. So it does have the slots for that. It's basically the Paramilitary 3 lightweight. So you can look at some of the capabilities or compatibility of different models as far as either the factory clip, or you could go through some of the custom clip makers and then pick up a clip as well. So that's what that screw is there for. And it is going to be a 14C28 blade. So that's where you see this button release. So that's actually your actuation or release of the lock. You're going to have that fuller to be able to deploy. That's one thing nice though, if anybody has a preference as far as detent, you're going to be probably able to adjust it to whatever you like. So it's going to be closer to 2 pounds up here, closer to 1 pound down here, so really tune it to however you like. So it's going to have the middle finger flick to be able to open it, thumb, as well as just pressing that button to be able to swing it out. It's not an automatic, so that button does not deploy it for you. You're going to have to swing it open. So if you do press it, you can open right up. That's going to be what the blade looks like. You're going to have two options right now. So basically the black G10 and the satin blade, or black G10 and then the black blade. So the black one, we'll go and look at that in a moment. But basically it is going to be a compound grind. So compound grind 14C28. Logo there on the front side, steel indication on the back side of things, and then that titanium clip is what you're going to have there. So this is going for $98 shipped. So this, if you do want to upgrade the shipping, you can definitely do that. But that's going to be just a little upcharge. I mean, there's going to be a discount on it. So that's going to be the black blade and the satin blade. So looking back at some of the other ones, so everything started from the Solaris, and then also first 500 are going to get a poker chip. So I had some of these made up. So it's going to be the Aries chip. So these will come with your order. So if you do not get an order one with it, then you are the 501 person to buy the knife. But everybody else will be getting this with the knife, and then that's going to be what you have. So just to get a comparison on sizing, you're going to have these other ones. So if you do have any of these other products, you can get an idea as far as what it looks like. So Solaris is what started back in probably 2018. 2019 was a Kickstarter, and then you're going to have these two knives. Then it went over to the Scikio. Scikio came out. Cetus after that. So we're definitely making progress on the models that are available. So Cetus came in after that. And then we do have the Aries. That was kind of the middle ground for it. So basically this is Model 1 for the brand, Model 2, Model 3. This is actually Model 4. And then this would be probably Model 5 for the Aries. And this is a carbon blade, so that's why it looks already rusty. So you have two options for it, for the carbon or for the stainless blade. There's an open L blade that goes in there, close it down, and you have the retention. So that's going to be what that looks like there. We'll try and tighten it up a little bit more so we can get everything in frame. But that's where you're going to have the different sizing. So we'll match up the tail of the knife. So you can see all the different size comparisons as far as what this would look like if you were to get one of these, and what that would be in use. So crowded area, we are still looking to increase that as we go. We'll probably have a Kickstarter for this watch. It's going to be planned for October 5th, which is National James Bond Day. This is Q1200 based off the Casio AE1200 and inspired by the Seiko G757, which was worn by James Bond in the early 80s. So those are the ones that we have here. So going over some of the specs on the model, we're going to have, in the two models, there will be a green G10 available later, but right now these are the two that are available currently. So the other one is going to be a green a G10 handle, and then going to be the black blade. So that'll be the other variation on it. So you can head over to the store and pick that up it is available and live now. So as far as anything else that is available as well. So it's going to be right here. So you have the Aries, either satin and black, or you're going to have the black and black. Just click into it, and then you can, all the specifications are there, so you can make a decision as far as what will work for you. So it's American Tonto blade, 14C28, G10. Basically, it has some contouring on the edges to increase some of the comfort level. So closed length is going to be that 4.73, open is 8.25, handle width without the pocket clip is going to be that 0.49, and then with the clip is 0.65. So that's the closed height, the highest position, which runs kind of about the midpoint. So pretty much here's the highest point, which is going to be in your pocket against the seam. So that's going to be about a 1.35 inches. And then the weight on these guys is going to be about 4.4 ounces, and that's going to be about 22 quarters. I use quarters just because you can adjust it to one of the other knives, so you can get a kind of a feel in hand as far as what it is. So every quarter is 0.2 ounces, every penny is about 0.1 ounces. So if you had maybe a lighter knife, even a bug out, you can put quarters on top of it, kind of get a feel as far as what it's going to feel like in your hand. So just kind of a nice thing to do there. Ambidextrous clip, so you can swap it over to the other side. And again, Spyderco clip if you want to do that. We're going to look at some of the things as far as even the angle on it. So with it being a Tonto, you're going to have different angles that you could use it at. So we'll just have a clear this out. The first point on the knife is going to be about 11 degrees. The final tip will be probably about 37. And then that's going to be something that's nice to use for either cutting boxes and everything else. So a comfortable wrist movement is going to be about 16 or so. So the first one you're going to be getting in there very nicely, and then the second one is going to be more of a piercing style. So it's going to be lined up directly with the pivot here, so that's going to be kind of a center line, a center mass type of thing there. Also, different grips will work for it. So I have a large size hand, maybe a little bit thinner fingers, but you're going to definitely have enough purchase for either smaller or larger hands. So that's the one thing that's nice about the setup for it. And this is going to be again the fourth model for the brand, and we're working to keep on with just some standards. So if the Solaris will probably get an update for version 2 here in a little bit, and then we'll have some other ones that are still in the works for later on down the road, as well as a small fixed blade for kind of an EDC one. But if you want to pick this up, again, head over to the website. We are just selling directly. We're not going through dealers at this point, and then so you can pick it up. We'll ship it out from Salem, Oregon, and then we'll get it sent out to you. This is made in China for these ones, and then it's made by Scikio, which is the OEM. But we have different things available. Check it out, and thanks for stopping by.